Direct from 101 Productions, it's time for American Music Weekly with John Gatins.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to American Music Weekly. Every week at this time we play the latest musical trends and biggest hits in the USA. And this week in history, in 1777, the US flag was flown in battle for the first time during the American Revolution.
Sector 1. Hits from our featured year, the Hot 100 highest new entry and the birthday file. Sector 2. Tracks from our featured album, the top-selling album in the USA, and much, much more. Sector 3. Hits from our featured year from the other side and the Hall of Fame. Sector 4. The All Hits section including America's #1 song. Sector 1. Hits from our featured year, the Hot 100 highest new entry and the birthday file.
And in a featured year of 1978, Frankie Valli with Grease was America's #1 song.
It's 1978.
There ain't no danger we can go too far. We start
Number one in our featured year this week of 1978, Frankie Valli and Grease, and that stayed at the number one slot for 2 weeks. And the highest new entry in this week's Hot 100 is straight in at number 22 from Blackpink, and it's Pink Venom.
내 손끝 툭 하나에 다 무너지는 중 가짜 쇼 지금 화려했지 makes no sense you couldn't get a dollar out of me 자 오늘 밤이야 난 독을 품고 네 혼을 뺏은 다음 Look what you made us do 천천히 널 잠재울 fire 잔인할 만큼 아름다워 I bring the pain like messed up and I'm still in some mean deciding crime so it wouldn't be me diamond shining driving silence I don't mind it I'm riding flying private side by side with a pilot up in the sky and I'm wild and silent on him and there's no chance cause we got bodies on bodies like just a slow dance 자 오늘 밤이야 난 독을 품은 꽃네 혼을 뺏은 다음 Look what you made us do 천천히 널 잠재울 bring the pain like this, that, pink venom, this, that, pink venom, this, that, pink venom. Get him, get him, get him. Straight to your don't like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight to your don't like, Taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom. Get him, get him, get him. Straight to your don't like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight to your don't like, 원한다면 provoke us. 감당 못해, and you know this. 이미 빠져버린 shot that potion. 네 눈앞은 핑크빛 ocean Come and give me all the smoke don't leave me more like I'm so rock and roll Come and give me all the smoke that's yourself I just stop, drop I bring the pain like Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta Straight to your, straight to your, straight to your don't like Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta
The highest new entry this week's Hot 100, straight in at 22 from Blackpink, and that is Pink Venom.
You can email the show at johnsinstudio101@mail.com or message and phone on 078838546656.
On American Music Weekly, it's time to open the birthday file.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Yes, once again, it's time to open the birthday file. And this week we say happy 80th birthday to Al Jardine of the Beach Boys. Born in Lima, Ohio in 1942. And here from the Beach Boys is one of their best. This is the Sloop John B.
We come on the sloop John B. My grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a fight. Well, I feel so broken, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sail, see up. I wanna go home. The first mate, he got drunk, broke in the captain's trunk. The constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff John Stone, why don't you leave me alone? Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B, hoist up the John B. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore and let me go home, let me go home. Wanna go home, let me go home. Hoist up the John B, hoist up the John B. Feel so broke up, I wanna go home, let me go home. Poor cook, he caught the fit, threw away all my grit, and then he took and he ate up all of my corn. Let me go home, why don't they let me go home? This is the worst trip I've ever been on. Hoist up the John B, hoist up the John B. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore and let me go home, let me go home. Wanna go home, let me go home.
American Music Weekly is available online on apps and on your smart speakers. You can find it on Spreaker.com, on your favorite podcasts including Amazon and Google, and on YouTube and SoundCloud, and on Facebook and Twitter. You can also join the American Music Weekly Facebook page.
Sector 2, Album Time, with tracks from the featured album, the top soundtrack, and this week's number 1 album.
From this week's featured here, it's the American Music Weekly featured album. It's 1978.
Girl, I've known you very well. I've seen you growing every day. I never really looked before, but now you take my breath away. Suddenly you're in my life, a part of everything I do. You got me working day and night, just trying to keep a hold on you. Here in your arms I found my paradise, my only chance for happiness. And if I lose you now, I think I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby. We can make it shine. We can take forever, just a minute at a time. Minute at a time. I'm more than a woman, more than a woman to me. Baby, more than a woman, more than a woman to me. Shoo-doo, more than a woman. There are stories old and true of people so in love like you and me, and I can't see myself. Let history repeat itself, reflecting how I feel
In our featured year of 1978, that is this week's featured album from the soundtrack Saturday Night Fever. That is the Tavares and More Than a Woman. And we'll have another track from that album a little bit later in today's programme. And the top classical album this week comes from the Piano Guys. The album is 10, and this is Story of My Life.
Previous editions of American Music Weekly are available on your usual favorite listening platforms.
I just made something unexpected, something sharp, something new. It's not symmetrical or perfect, but it's beautiful and it's mine. What else can I do?
Bring it in, bring it in. Good talk.
What else can I do?
Bring it in, bring it in. Bring it in, bring it in.
I grow rows and rows of roses, flor de mayo, by the mile. I make perfect practiced poses, so much hides behind my smile. What could I do if I just grew what I was feeling in the moment? You know where you're going. What could I do if I just knew it didn't need to be perfect? It just needed to be, and they let me be. A hurricane of hot carandas, strangling feet, hanging vines.
This is fine.
But now the cera fills the air as I climb and I push through. What else can I do? Can I deliver us a river of thunder? Careful, it's carnivorous, a little just won't do. I wanna feel the shiver of something new. I'm so sick of pretty, I want something true. Don't you
Just seem like your life's been a dream since the moment you open your
How
eyes.
far do these roots go down?
I know are the blossoms you grow, but it's awesome to see how you rise.
How far can I rise through the roof to the skies? Let's go! A hurricane of hot carandas, strangling figs, hanging vines. But Mother said I feel the air as I climb and I push through. What else? What else? What can you do when you are deeply, madly, truly in the moment? Seize the moment, keep going. What can you do when you know who you wanna be isn't perfect, but I'll still be okay?
Hey, everybody clear the way.
I'm coming through with Alleluia. Making waves, changing minds. The way is clearer 'cause you're here and well, I owe this all to you. What else can I do?
You can't do.
What else can I do?
There's something you can't do.
The top soundtrack this week, Disney's Encanto, and that is What Else Can I Do from Diane Guerrero and Stephanie Beatriz. And the top jazz album this week is The Ultimate Sonata from Frank Sinatra, and this is Summer Wind.
The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song, and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind, like painted kites, those days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath a blue umbrella sky. Then softer than a piper man, one day it called to you. I lost you to the summer wind. The autumn wind and the winter winds, they have come and gone. And still the days, those lonely days, they go on and on. And guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind. The summer wind, warm summer wind, the summer wind.
John Gatins plays the biggest songs from the USA on American Music Weekly. From this week's featured year, it's the American Music Weekly featured album. It's 1978.
Don't know why I'm surviving every lonely day when there's got to be no chance for me, my life today. And it doesn't matter how I cry, my tears so dry are a waste of time. If I turn away, am I strong enough to see it through? Go crazy is what I will do. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, can't let go, and it doesn't matter how I try. I gave it all so easily to you, my love, to dreams that never will come true. Am I strong enough to see it through? Go crazy is what I will do. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, if I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you,
From our featured album, Saturday Night Fever, in 1978, that was Yvonne Elliman, If I Can't Have You. And when released as a single from the album, that also reached number one on the Hot 100.
The American Music Weekly #1 album.
Verte en el VIP de lejito es un privilegio, baby, tú eres un mito, ese culito es un misterio. Tú lo quitas porque te cojan y yo que me cojo en serio. Ya Dios le voy a pedirte, te lo explique, que tú estás muy dura, tú tienes el pique. No te sorprenden todos estos bobos con tique. Tú lo que quieres es que te echen. Ojalá y tenga suerte, porque no cualquiera puede llegarte. Pero yo voy a mí pa' que hoy tú me la sueltes. Tienes la disco de museo, más tú eres
Si te mando un fueguito es que me tienes caliente. Tú estás dura de espalda y más rica de frente. Mami, yo le llevo al oeste. Si es parte de este. Ey, baby, yo quiero darte la buena noche pa' que te apuestes. Y si se da, al fin nos vamos de aquí. Ojalá digas que sí, vamos a darle que andas bonita y suelta. Bonita y suelta. Se dejó del gato y tiene 5 de respuesta. Yo quiero saber con qué panticita te acuestas. Baby, dime si tú estás puesta. Ojalá y tengas suerte, porque no cualquiera puede llegarte. Pero yo voy a mí pa' que hoy tú me la sueltes. Tienes la disco de museo, más tú eres arte. Yo pagué pa' verte y va a gustarte todo lo que quiero hacerte. Hoy tengo que hablarte. Tienes la disco de museo, más tú eres arte. Ojalá y tengas suerte
Pa' ganarte, y por más que me ignoras, está imposible ignorarte. El sol al lado tuyo no es tan brillante. Yo soy Da Vinci, tú mi obra de arte. Tú eres arte, porque tu flow Dios lo bendiga. Llega y está la baby te ligan, abdominal y sin hacerte la barriga. Tu ex todavía te hostiga, porque tú estás cotiza. Todas las marcas actualiza. Baby, si fuera cristiano, hoy te fuera bautizar. Quítate toque, ya te la quiero ver. Que tú estás trending sin tenerte que joder. Vente conmigo, no podemos beber. A ti te va a correr, ojalá y tengas suerte. Porque no cualquiera puede llegarte. Pero yo voy a mí pa' que hoy tú me la sueltes. Tienes la disco de museo, más tú eres arte. Yo pagué pa' verte
y va a gustarte todo lo que quiero hacerte.
This week's number one album from Bad Bunny, that is Un Verano Sin Ti, and the track we played is Bad Bunny featuring Jay Cortez, and the track was called Taro.
The biggest hits and the latest music trends from the USA every week on American Music Weekly with John Gatins.
Sector 3. Hits from our featured year from the other side in the Hall of Fame.
This song was a number one in our featured year. It's 1978.
On the wing of the air, there is
A number one in our featured year of 1978 from the Bee Gees, Night Fever, and that stayed at number one for 8 weeks. And also, of course, it came from the featured album of the week, Saturday Night Fever, which it was the title track.
From the other side on American Music Weekly, an American artist with a number one in the UK in our featured year. It's 1978.
Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. I love you. When we are together, the moments I cherish with every beat of my heart. To touch you, to hold you, to feel you, to need you. There's nothing to keep us apart. You once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. I love you.
From the other side, an American artist with a number one in the UK in our featured year of 1978, the Commodores and The Lady.
This is American Music Weekly with John Gatins.
On American Music Weekly, it's time to enter the Hall of Fame.
No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy hearts to give away. No first of spring, no song to sing. In fact, here's just another ordinary day. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding Saturday within of these three words that I must say to you. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. No summer's high, no warm July, no harvest moon to light one tender August night, no autumn breeze, no falling leaves, not even time for birds to fly to southern sky, no Libra sun, no Halloween, no giving thanks to all the Christmas joy you bring. But what it is, so oh so new, to fill your heart like no three words could ever do. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Of my
On the Hall of Fame this week, we have reached the letter W, and we heard Stevie Wonder there. Stevie Wonder, I Just Called to Say I Love You, and that was a joint US and UK number one in 1984.
This song was a number one in our featured year. It's 1978.
I was chasing your direction, I was telling you no lies, and I was loving you. When the words are said, baby, I lose my head. And in a world of people, there's only you and I. There ain't nothing come between us in the end. How can I hold you when you ain't even mine? Only you can see me through. I leave it up to you. Do it like, take chasing your affection. I was doing you no harm, and I was loving you. Make it shine, make it rain. Baby, I know my way. I need that sweet sensation of living in your love. I can't breathe when you're away, it pulls me down. You want a question and the answer am mine. Only you can see me through. I leave it up to you. Do it right, taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me more, drive me across the floor. Shadow dancing, all is and nothing more. And in this world of people, there's only you and I. There ain't nothing come between us in the end. I can hold you when you ain't even mine. Only you can see me through. I leave it up to you. Light taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me more, drive me across the floor. Shadow dancing, all is and nothing more. Do it right, taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me more, drive me across the floor. Shadow dancing, all is and nothing more. Do it right, taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me more, drive me across the floor. Shadow dancing, all is and nothing more. Do it right, taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me more, drive me across the floor. Shadow dancing, all is and nothing more. Do it right, taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, baby, you do it right. Give me more, drive me across the floor. Shadow dancing.
The Bee Gees' younger brother, Andy Gibb, Shadow Dancing, the biggest selling number one in our featured year of 1978, and that stayed at number one position for 7 weeks.
You're listening to American Music Weekly with John Gatins.
Sector 4. The All Hits section including America's number one song.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul. My spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find me there and lead it back home. Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Call my
This week's top rock song from Evanescence featuring Paul McCoy, and that is Bring Me to Life.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, ey. Pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metí en un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, que sonrían las que ya se olvidaron de mí. Me gustan mucho las Gabriela, las Patricia, las Nicole, la Sofía. Mi primera novia en Kinder María, y mi primer amor se llamaba Talía. Tengo una colombiana que me escribe todos los días, y una mexicana que ni yo sabía, otra en San Antonio que me quiere todavía, y las de PR que toditas son mías. Una dominicana que juega bombón, uva bombón. La de Barcelona que vino en avión y dice que mi bicho está cabrón. Yo dejo que jueguen con mi corazón. Quisiera mudarme con todas por una mansión. El día que me case te envío la invitación, muchacho, deja eso. Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo una, mañana otra, ey. Pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Ey, muchas novias, hoy tengo una, mañana otra. Titi me preguntó,
muchacho, ¿y para qué tú quieres tanta novia?
Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metí en un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. 6 chis, que sonrían las que ya se olvidaron de mí.
Oye, muchacho, el diablo azaroso. Suéltese más vivir que tú tienes en la calle. Búscate una mujer seria para ti. Muchacho, el diablo. Coño.
Yo quisiera enamorarme, pero no puedo, Yo quisiera enamorarme, pero no puedo. Sorry, yo no confío, nah, ni en mí mismo confío. Si quieres quedarte, hoy que hace frío y mañana te vas. Nah, muchas quieren mi baby gravy, quieren tener mi primogénito, ey, y llevarse el crédito. Ya me aburrí y quiero un totito inédito. Uno nuevo. Hazle caso a tu amiga, ella tiene razón. Yo voy a romperte el corazón, Ey, no te enamores de mí, Ey, sorry, yo soy así, ey, no sé por qué soy así. Hazle caso a tu amiga, ella tiene razón. Yo voy a romperte el corazón, No te enamores de mí, no. Sorry, yo soy así, ya, no quiero ser así, no.
Continuing its run as the nation's top Latin song, that is Bad Bunny with Titi Me Pronto.
John Gatons plays the biggest songs from the USA on American Music Weekly.
It's bad bitch o'clock, yeah, it's thick 30. I've been through a lot, but I'm still flirty. Is everybody back up in the building? It's been a minute, tell me how you're healing. Cause I'm about to get into my feelings. How you feeling? How you feel right now? Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. sentimental, man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciennes, trying to bring out the fabulous. Cause I give a way too much. I'ma need like 2 shots in my cup. Wanna get up, wanna get down. That's how I feel right now. Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. I might be ill. Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright. Okay, alright. It's about damn time. Turn up the music, let's celebrate. I got a feeling I'm gonna be okay. Alright. It's about damn time. You know what time it is. I'm coming out tonight. 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 Okay. Alright. It's about damn time. I'm coming out tonight. 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 Okay. Alright. It's about damn time. Bitch. Yeah. It's about damn time.
The country's top R&B song from Lizzo, About Damn Time, and Bailey Zinnemann has the country's top country song, Where It Goes.
This is where it ends. I've been down a few broken roads that I'm trying to mend, but this is where it ends, and I'm breaking down. You were lying when you said that you were trying to work things out, but now I'm broken down. I went to battle for you always, fought for you on your worst days. Then you told me that you don't love me no more. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. I let you back in and I gave you a second chance. And like a jet plane on a clear blue sky, sun came shining down on all of your lies. I got too much pride to let that happen again. So this is where it ends. Had to bury all your memories, couldn't see what everybody sees. A red flag said I should have walked out that door. Went to battle for you always, fought for you on your worst days. Then you told me that you don't love me no more. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. I let you back in and I gave you a second chance. And like a jet plane on a clear blue sky, sun came shining down on all of your lies. I got too much pride to let that happen again. So this is where it ends. Yeah, this is where it ends. You showed me what true love should it be. I found myself the second I gave up on us. You're the last thing that I thought I'd lose. All I ever wanted was to be loved by you. I let you back in and I gave you a second chance. And like a jet plane on a clear blue sky, sun came shining down on all of your lies. I got too much pride to let that happen again. So this is where it ends.
The nation's top country song from Bailey Zinnon, Where It Ends. And until next week, when we open the American Music Weekly, As It Was from Harry Styles returns to the top spot and is America's number one song.
American Music Weekly plays America's number one song.
Come on, Harry, we want to say goodnight to you.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say, and everything gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced, and I'm the one who'll stay. Oh, in this world, it's just us. It's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell, and nobody's coming to help. Your daddy lives by himself. He just wants to know that you're well. Oh, in this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Go home, get headlines, feed in and head. I don't wanna talk about the way that it was. Leave America, 2 kids follow her. I don't wanna talk about us doing it first. As it was. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was.
American Music Weekly is brought to you by 101 Productions.